Hello folks, we're back again, and today we're going to do an unboxing. So I did a little shopping, and I know I said I wanted to play it before I bought it, but
I've been pushing Sean to get Frostpunk not so subtly for the past, I don't know, couple months. Every time I see it on sale, I'm like, hey Sean, another Snowpocalypse game. It's $20 off today.
It finally came up. It finally came up for sale at just the right time, where like a paycheck hit, and it was on sale, and I was weak. It was late at night, and I get a text.
It couldn't help it.
There's a sale.
Extra sale.
So here it is. It's right here. Hey, let me borrow your knife.
Borrow my knife. All right. Oh, now that I just shoved it in my pocket here.
Yeah, slice this thing open. We're gonna unbox this and kind of talk about it a little bit. You've played like maybe one level of the video game or something, so do you know what's the premise here?
I'm the experienced one out of the two of us with my one gameplay.
I'm just like,
computer game.
It's the dystopian future and it's snowing. Count me in.
And that's essentially it. So it's a city builder. You're having to survive around this like central heat producing area, and you're kind of piping the heat around. I don't know if it's like a gas thing or whatever. So I know you have to have heat going to the areas to keep your shelters alive in the city. It's a neat concept. It's just basically like the world is super cold and we have to make sure we're getting the fuel together to keep everybody alive. So that's kind of what we're doing in Frostpunk. But I've been really interested in wanting to play the game. I haven't really gotten so like focused on it that I was actually going to purchase it in any reasonable time frame. So again, playing on Sean's weaknesses. We finally made it happen.
Oh, and he picked a good one too.
Yeah.
This is I had been watching this one, and this is an odd one too, because I was tempted to get this, but I was like, oh, well, I'd be happy with just the core box, because I really want the little buildings and stuff too. But I'm determined to play it once.
Right.
See if it's an experience that I enjoy. Then buy the $75 box of little buildings that come out once every 3 years.
Sean's being a mature board gamer.
I'm finally starting to learn how this works. This looks like I'm obviously not reading this rule book, but I kind of like the way it's laid out. Let me take a look here at the back. All right, I don't see any kind of it's got a couple of little things, scenario specific buildings. It looks like it kind of just continues the rule page. That's something they do sometimes. So it's like all reference here. So there's no index in this, which I really like it when they make an index. So that's kind of that's unfortunate. Too bad. Let's see if they have they got a table of contents, which is most things have that.
I mean, I would expect it. I would be upset if it didn't have something.
But man, an index would be great, especially with in a game with a lot of little rules. I do appreciate that they've laid out what everything is and stuff. But yeah, this is probably the most boring part of this box, so I'll just set it aside. And oh, what's this? Scenario book. So none of the scenarios, I guess, were in there. And this is going to run through. It's interesting the way that board's laid out.
Yeah, it looks like they're putting on some different setups, maybe.
Oh yeah, so with these modular little hexes, you could probably just change it in a bunch of different ways. Oh, how interesting. Okay. Wow.
So I guess what are we, like different factions within the same group of people living together? Is that what's going on?
I have no idea.
I know we're both so out of the loop on it. I just in general understand the theme of the game, but
from what I understand, it's a series of really difficult choices, and I think it's cooperative. It's a cooperative game.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so we're just trying to survive. It looks like we've got some player aids of some sort, maybe.
I like all these little houses.
Yeah. Oh, those must be the different types of buildings.
Yeah.
I'm sure the iconography there is explains what they do, perhaps, or what they cost. All right, looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 player aids.
a social
Oh,
foreman,
wait.
generator, or health advisor.
Oh, these are like personas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're all different, but they look the same. Okay, the back of these is all the same, right? So this is is it? Remove snow and use the building.
This kind of looks like a player aid on the back, and then this side is probably what your particular character's doing, maybe.
Well, it looks like each person maybe has a job to do, and oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. It kind of reminds me of Too Many Bones. Looking at that sheet,
yeah, they're definitely
sheet of
different.
words. It's like, here's your sheet of words to be. Oh my. Well, maybe it won't be too bad.
Maybe our interest in the theme will peek us through the learning curve.
Or there's a good video to explain it. That's the express route through the rule book.
I usually have to do both. I have to read and then watch a video and then read it again. And that's when it finally starts to gel.
Cardboard looks good. It's kind of hard to tell in a video and stuff, but it punched right out. Mm-hmm. Looks like it's probably pretty decent quality. Cuts there. Not seeing it off printed or anything. It's kind of smart the way they did it. It's like a lot bigger than the cut. Mm-hmm. How ingenious. We got more sheets of buildings.
It's almost like they've done this before. Now, who makes this game? We've got Glass Cannon. Unplugged.
Yeah, Glass Cannon Unplugged and 11-Bit Studios.
I wonder if 11-Bit has to do with the video game or if they're part of the board game.
Yeah, I can't remember. One of these is probably the board game part of the wing of the creative process, and the other one is whoever made the video game.
Now, this is not a child's toy. It says it is for ages 18 plus.
That's good, because I'm like in my 50s.
Very adult themed. Snow.
That makes it okay.
We have a snow brothel in there somewhere.
Yeah. Some snow bars.
Yeah.
Snow barred beyond recognition. Alright, looks like we're up to the perimeter. All these tiles, a lot of hex tiles here.
Hey, it's like Catan.
Yeah. This is the Catan portion.
This is where you trade with the other little sections of people based around one big heating tube.
I need goats.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what is it? Hay is hay, wood, and bricks, right?
Yeah, sheep.
Sheep.
Sheep are one of them.
And then the robber.
Could be goats.
Lots of little tokens. Don't know what they do.
I do it's when you see a game though like this that's got like some pretty elements and the theme's neat and everything. It will just completely pique you not only to buy the game without knowing much about it, but just to go through the actual rule set. Because even looking at this, I'm like, man, this looks pretty cool. Like I kind of want to learn how to play this.
I want to punch all these things out and do it.
Yeah. Now, why are we waiting to punch them all?
I can't believe we're not doing it right now.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting down to kind of the fun stuff in here. It's some sort of dashboard.
I love a dual layer board. Is it triple layered or is it dual? No, is it two separate things? What we got going on there? There's some.
I am not sure.
I put my knife up already. I'll chop it open. So maybe I set it.
There are a number of little dual layer boards here that kind of look like dashboards. You know, I've got a little knife here.
There it is. I found her.
Couple of little.
We live in Tennessee.
No idea what any of these do. Let's see. Wow, it's weird how they chose not to dual layer some of these, and some of these they do. I'm sure this will all make sense if only I would read the rule book. Or maybe not. We'll see. We'll let you know.
All right.
We got these things that fit together. Boy, a lot of numbers and things.
So these two pieces were in that section. It looks like
they fit together up here. Look.
Oh,
yeah. Wow, that's kind of neat looking.
It does look neat.
And there's all the symbols from the thing we saw earlier. So
you have a lot of little tokens like this. I mean, a dual layer board just makes so much more sense and so much nicer to have to, keep all your pieces from shuffling everywhere.
I love little details like that too. A little extra decorative cut on the side of that. And I bet something slides into here.
Yeah.
How neat. It's weird how that was separate.
Yeah. Just to make it fit in the box. They wanted that length on it.
Another.
I almost like that better than a fold. Sometimes when I think about like boards folding open back and forth, eventually that thing's just going to get worn out. Like I can see I can see it immediately on that Monster Hunter board game that like they're already like as soon as he started opening that thing, that crease line was already kind of breaking into that.
Oh yeah.
So where all that printing's at. But whatever.
That one's easy enough to probably get neoprene for. So it looks like we got a little space to put these cardboard pieces right there. And we got a preformed piece for our tower. Let's pull the tower out.
The tower looks impressive.
Yeah. So this, okay. In the instructions, this gets assembled into here somehow or another.
This looks like a dice tray, maybe? We throw some dice in here?
Oh yeah, so it's like a dice tower of some sort.
Where's the fire at?
So this sits in the middle of their town and makes heat. And then we're building our city around this tower and in the most efficient way possible. And that is literally everything I know about this game.
That's why it's 18 and up, is because like you put a big butane torch that just blows out the tonight. That would be cool. That'd be super cool, especially if like because on the video game, I'm pretty sure there's like ways that you can like increase the output that this is producing, and then it can kind of wane if you're not given enough resources. Again, don't crap on me if I'm totally messing that up, but. It would be super cool if you had a thing that put out actual flame and it increased, but then you have to buy gas every time you're playing a board game.
It's a really nicely made thing. I probably will take this and paint it because it's gray plastic and I can't have that. So I'll be probably painting this bad boy. It's really cool looking. Hell, this
could make it look cool too.
This will probably make it out as terrain in the next sci-fi thing that I put out terrain for.
That's neat looking. I got a bunch of resources, clock towers.
Huh.
Those are cool. Little clock
wow,
tower.
I don't think I've ever seen a meeple like that before.
It's got a lot of detail for a meeple.
And these looks like wood. It's kind of basic trees and stuff.
These people look like wood. I guess maybe we can burn the people if you start running out of resources. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do, right?
Well, these are some kind of automatons.
Here, throw that in my hand.
There you go. Those are neat. Clock towers.
Yeah, so we got little clock towers, little pieces of wood, and something that looks kind of like, I don't know what these are.
I think there's like I think I saw the name. I think it was like an automaton or automation or something. I think it's just basically like a robot worker.
It looks like War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
They kind of look like the little War of the Worlds guys.
War of the World.
War of the Worlds. Whirling Worlds.
You got some little trees. Maybe that'd be really cool if you could plant the trees to be able to harvest later. But that's probably something that's on the board that you're going and harvesting and turning into the chunks of wood that you have.
Oh, these little workers. They got a little...
what are these? Okay. Some other... I don't know if these are children. They're like... It's a boy and girl holding hands. Or what I'm assuming is a boy and girl.
Yeah, one's got pigtails.
And there's only like... Most of them are all green, but there's like two others that are a different color.
Some of these might be scenario-driven kind of things, like maybe...
Yeah, they look like they're... I would imagine that your people are reproducing and whatnot, and so they're probably representing the children they're having, maybe.
I love how the workers have these tools and stuff, like they have little pickaxes.
Looks like you've got a couple different kinds of workers too, because you've got these guys that are holding some kind of a torch or something, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, a completely different kind of meeple in there.
Or they're a mechanic, maybe. They kind of look like they're wearing goggles on their head. There's some.
What is that? Man,
Some fella on a bridge.
There's really a lot of different little pieces of wood in here.
He's just like, hey, I'm on this bridge.
I'm on a
He's got
bridge.
his arms up in the air.
He really is. That's funny. Hey!
These I don't know, they kind of look, I guess, cog wheels, or maybe they almost look like a shipwright like wheel or whatever. But they got a little perfect square for a cube in the middle of it. I wonder what goes in there. And then you have little lumps. Some lumps.
It must be ore.
Ore.
That's
either ore or
either
else.
or something else.
And then we have black cubes. Those probably aren't even really worth getting out. But
black cubes. All right, let's see what else we got here. We have a bag with the communist salute on there, and peace. I don't know if you get to choose if you want peace or, power. So
maybe there's different decisions you can make that are either peace based or power based, and you get something random out of those. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not going to go through the cards.
No, I just want to look at maybe the size of the cards. It looks like they've got, what are these, like tarot cards or whatever, these large.
They are large, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
And this one's got like some...
yeah, like some different...
It's got scales of justice.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has... it looks like nighttime. Oh, wow, the artwork looks really great.
You got something that's involving people... Maybe.
Yeah, that one doesn't say anything on it.
This kind of looks like events. It says the arcs on the back of it.
Huh.
Well, it looks like it's got some nice dividers, though, in the base here that these cards aren't separated completely into. It's got a lot more spaces than what are in here.
So you could probably sleeve them if you wanted to, or it might have room. It might have room for the expansions or something. I'm not sure.
If you are one who enjoys sleeving things, as yours truly. Yeah, I don't know. These maybe are scenarios. Is this upside down? Do I need to do it this way, or does it matter?
I'll flip it back and forth.
Just make you flip flop. Yeah, I don't know. There's some kind of odd scenario, little symbols that are on those.
How neat.
Well, it looks like a pretty interesting. It looks complicated. You know how these games go. They may or may not be as complicated as they look. But
yeah.
It looks complicated.
Boy, there's a lot of little PC part components to this.
I think we'll probably get this out though before too long. I'm certainly interested in it.
I am too. I'm anxious to try it out. I think it'll be interesting. I've heard it's sort of a difficult game. Like it's a little bit rules heavy and it's a bit long. So we'll have to maybe do one of those skip work days and just play it all day on Monday or something like that. Maybe wake up early and play it, I think.
Yeah, it's actually been a while since I played a really long game. Now, we played Monster Hunter, and that we made that game longer than it needed to be.
That was only long because it was your first game and we filmed it.
Yeah, that's true. So
filming things makes it take like 3 times as long as it should anyway.
It does.
Oh. All right, so we're going to put all this back in the box, and we'll be back hopefully sometime soon to play this. Be sure to subscribe and check it out, and maybe if it happens, you'll see it.
Soon enough.
Or don't subscribe, and maybe you'll wander on to this channel again. I wouldn't take a chance. I'd just subscribe. I think that's probably always the better option. And click like if you liked a video like this. And we'll be back soon with more videos. Until next time, enjoy your games, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.